Hi, this is Christy with Vegan Food for Thought, and I'm enjoying my new camera, I guess. For the most part, I can't believe how much, I don't really know if I want to see every pore on my face, but yeah, those are my chicken pox scars right there. I didn't know those were even still visible, but they are apparently. um, so, anyways, yeah, it's a huge improvement compared to my other one. There was water under the lens, and so it just wouldn't focus at all. So this is nice, even though I'm gonna have to get used to some of it. But all right, so um, anyways, I don't drink alcohol, and I wanted to share why. Because I haven't met anybody besides one other person that had this issue with drinking. But I guess because of my Asian side, I lack the type of enzyme that breaks down alcohol, so I get really drunk really fast and very easily. And what happens is I get like an increased heart rate, and I get red and like splotchy all over. And sometimes I get like a hangover instantly when I'm drinking, so like a headache while I'm drinking. And I think for me, I just could never, it was hard for me to find that balance of being like, good drunk or too drunk. And it was either like not drunk or too drunk. And sometimes I would try to eat before so that I could drink more without getting as drunk as quickly. But it would happen so fast for me that I just couldn't maintain that, or I didn't find it enjoyable, basically. um, and the last time I drank was with my friend. It was her birthday, and she wanted to go to wine tasting, and I that's pretty much the only reason why I ever went drinking. I remember trying alcohol a couple of times and thinking like, oh, this is gross. Like I had a beer or something, and I just couldn't imagine. Like I remember thinking, why do people drink this? But anyways, so I was wine tasting, and I like the taste of wine. And but then I wasn't really planning on drinking alcohol anyways. I was just gonna, you're supposed to, when you wine taste, drink and then spit it out. So that was the plan. And that didn't end up happening. I ended up drinking the wine because it tasted really good. I couldn't imagine like just spitting it out and wasting it all. And I do like the flavor. I did like most of the flavors of the wines that I tried. So I ended up drinking most of them, like maybe 1 out of 10, or not even that. I was spitting out. And then they brought out the chocolate and wine that they paired with like the dessert wine, and that was really good. And I think by that time I was pretty drunk. And then they took us down to their cellar where they had like the new wine, and they were giving us like full glasses of them. And so I think I drank one. I was able to drink one, and I started to feel like really drunk. I could tell like right away I was just like getting way too drunk too fast. So I started handing them off to other people. And then at that point, yeah, I think I was pretty much done drinking. And luckily, I had someone to drive me home because I was way too drunk to drive. And that's another thing I wanted to bring up, was that I have put myself in situations that I wouldn't normally if I wasn't drinking. So I blacked out a couple of times. I know I remember hitting my head on a rock once. And this other time, I ended up throwing up in my friend's stepdad's suitcase, and I never would do that. Like, I never would have done that if I, hadn't like been super, super drunk. So that kind of sucks, and I kind of lost a friend that day. But anyways, I also drinking takes away that part of your brain that is like the reasoning side of it, or the it takes away, I forgot what part of it, but it takes away your reason. And so yeah, there was one time where I was in the car and I was driving, and I didn't realize how drunk I was until I was on the freeway, speeding down the freeway. And somehow I made it home safely and everyone was okay. But after that I realized, that's not something I can ever do or put myself through or other people through, because I know too many people that have gotten hurt from drunk driving or even killed. And it's just not something that I would ever wish on anybody. And uh, I guess with the combination of how easy it is for me to get drunk and how quickly it happens, it's just never been something I wanted to like gamble with or or take my chances with. Yeah, so that's basically why I don't drink. Also, I know that drinking is bad for your liver. That's pretty much everybody, you know, it's toxic basically for the liver. And it messes up your gut health too, just because it kills bacteria. Alcohol does it kills the good and the bad bacteria. So for me, it was never good for my stomach or anything. And with all of the work that I've done to heal myself and to make myself feel better, I know that that's like the last thing I would ever want to do or put myself through again. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the only reason why I don't drink anymore. The only there's plenty of reasons why, but most of the reasons. And the only reason why I ever really drank in the first place was just because of, you know, peer pressure or other people or friends. And what I realized is I found other ways to have fun. Back when I was younger, I, you know, felt like, oh, that's all my friends ever want to do and all we'll ever do together. But there are a lot more fun things to do than just drinking. I don't know, like I still like to sit around and talk with people, but at the same time, you know, like if I want to do something, I don't consider drinking a hobby or like a pastime anymore. And so for me, I like to go out and go hiking or do like arts and crafts with people or yoga or and I don't know, like there's so much stuff to do that's fun and I find it more rewarding to do those sorts of things than to like, you know, feel like wake up with a headache the next day or something. But I know there are some people who their bodies can tolerate alcohol more than mine for sure. Like I'm not the majority here. And for them, you know, like they, you know, it's probably easier for them to find a happy medium where they feel good and buzzed and not too drunk. But I just never could. And even then, I don't feel like it's something that's good for me and my body or anyone's body really. There are so many other things that are better. I don't know. I'd rather have like a wheatgrass juice party or something or no, that's kind of boring. But um yeah, there's this meme right now going around with like Santa Claus and someone leaves him like some celery juice and like veggie sticks or something and he's like upset about it. And yeah, I think most people probably would be, but I do like ginger shots. Those are really good and healthy. I've been doing a lot of ginger and things like that. And there's totally like way like other things, so many other things to enjoy besides alcohol. And I don't know. Even at like open bars and stuff, they usually have, you know, like sparkling water or juice or some sort of, you know, things like that. That's still, you know, things that are enjoyable. They're usually not organic unless it's like really fancy, but I like sparkling water and like lemon and lime and stuff. And it's still like, if you're worried about that, it still looks like you're drinking something. I mean, not that it really matters, but you can like pretend like it is, or I don't know. That's usually what I end up doing at bars and stuff like that is just, you know, getting a water or sparkling water if they have it, if they're fancy or something. But I don't know. I really don't feel like I'm missing out. Like I know I had some good, really good times with my friends drinking, but at the same time I know I had some like really close calls too where I just could never imagine doing that again. So I'm really, really thankful that that I didn't, you know, make any worse decisions than I already did, or that, you know, that nothing bad happened while I was drinking, and that I was able to realize that I shouldn't be, that I'm not the type of person that should drink at all. But I don't know. I guess you guys can post down below what you guys do instead of drinking. Like who else, you know, has fun things that they do with their friends that doesn't involve alcohol? Because it's, for me right now, it's like, it's kind of like everyone, it feels like, is drinking because of the holidays or something. But I know that's not the case. So anyways, yeah, post down below if you have any of those ideas or recommendations.